In Lakota, let's say, for example, I'm meeting a friend of mine. Let's say he's a guy. So what I'm going to say is, it's really good to see you this morning. So when we see each other and greet each other in the morning, I'm going to say something like, "Ha ha shi, hi honey le, lila dayan wa chion kelo." That means, cousin, it's really nice to see you this morning. The language is meant to embrace the person you're talking to. So that's a common way to express a greeting in the morning to somebody. You call them by a kinship term first, and then you say something like, "Hi honey le, lila dayan wa chion kelo." That's the way a man would say it. A woman is going to use a different kinship term because there's different ones from men and women. But the rest of her sentence is going to be almost the same, but the ending is different. So she's going to say, "Hi honey le, lila dayan wa chion ke." It's almost the same sentence. I'll say them one after the other. This is the man's way. "Hi honey le, lila dayan wa chion ke lo." The women would say, "Hi honey le, lila dayan wa chion ke." See, it's the only difference is in the ending. That's it. So that's an example. That's how we would greet each other. That's the traditional way, from the Lakota perspective. To shorten all that down to just "hi honey washte." To the fluent speaker, you are sounding mean and cold-hearted because all you said was "good morning." This is not how we speak. That's an English expression, and maybe it's okay to say that in English, just to say "good morning." Maybe that's fine. But in the Lakota world, it is not fine. If you say that, it's telling people you're in a bad mood and you don't really want to be there, or something not good anyway. Even if you smile saying that, it's still telling people that you don't want to be there. So this is what I'm saying. When you speak Lakota, the only way you can really do it is through our perspective. And how do you gain our perspective? You have to learn some of our culture. So you see how we see life. And then you can learn properly. And this is going to help you in your own language. It's going to help you communicate more clear in your own language. So there's a benefit all the way around when you learn to speak from the Lakota perspective. That's very important. Looking at our language through Western eyes, they take a sentence in English, translate it into Lakota, and think that's Lakota. But it's not. Because there are some things that in English, that those things we do not say in Lakota. And sometimes there are things in Lakota that we do say that in English you don't say. Do you see what I mean? So there is a difference. These are things that need to be understood. So what I'm going to present has the perspective in there, the Lakota perspective. Some cultural things I want to give across. When we first meet somebody, we call them by a kinship term. We're either going to call them cousin or aunt or uncle. Yeah, this is somebody we're meeting for the first time. We don't know who they are. Yeah, they're total strangers in the beginning. We don't know. So we address them. If it's a man, you address them as a male cousin. If it's a female, you address her as a female cousin. If that person is from your generation, you call them cousin. If that person is as old as your father, then you call that person uncle. If it's a woman who's as old as your mother, then you call that woman auntie. And all grandparents, they like to be called Lala by everyone. It doesn't matter if you're related to them or not. They like to be called Lala or Tungashila. That's grandfather. And for grandmother, it's Unchi or Unchila. You add that suffix la to something you really like, yeah, something that's really endearing to you, very special to you. Because originally the word is Tungashi. That's the original word for grandfather. But grandfathers are very loving, warm people most of the time. So they add that la, and it becomes Tungashila. Same thing for grandmother. That's unchi, but some people say unchila. That's how that works. So if the person is old enough to be your grandparent, you call them Tungashila or Lala, either one. Mostly kids use that word, Lala, yeah. But we grow up and that person's still alive. We always call that person Lala. So even as adults, we call them that. Yeah. And same thing for grandmother. But again, let me say it one more time. When you're meeting somebody for the first time, you don't know them at all. If they're from your parents' generation, if it's a man, you say uncle. If it's a woman, you say auntie. If it's someone from your generation, you call them by cousin. Yeah? You use the cousin terms. And then you start talking to each other. Oh, where are you from? Oh, who's your mom? Who's your dad? Because now you're finding out if you're related or not. Because you just might be related in the Tioshpae system. A Tioshpae is a Lakota extended family. So if you're related to each other, then you find the proper kinship term and then use it after that, because maybe you're really brothers. It's possible. And if you're not related, then you stay with the cousin terms. So we don't say, oh, what's your name? Oh, hi, bear comes flying over the water. My name is Little Elk running over the enemy. You see what I mean? We don't say that. We say, Tahanshi, how Tahanshi? Down Chiankelo. How is that down Chiankelo? Two guys greeting each other as cousins. Tahanshi is the word for male cousin that men use. Women say shicheshi for their male cousins. For men who are addressing women they don't know, we say hangashi. Hangashi. But ladies, if they're meeting a woman for the first time, they say jephanshi or stjephanshi. It's just got one added sound, but it's the same thing. It's up to you which one you want to use. It doesn't matter. Either one is correct. When people are meeting for the first time, if they're all in the same generation, you address each other as cousin. If the person you're meeting is your parents' generation, then you address them as either auntie or uncle, depending on if it's a man or woman. However, maybe you're meeting a kid, so you would call this person either niece or nephew. And then you've asked that kid, well, who's your mom? Who's your dad? Same thing. Because in the Tioshpae way, it might be possible that that child is either your son or your daughter. And if it is, then you switch the terms. Yeah. Now you call that person son or daughter. Yeah, Michingshi or Michungshi. But if it's not related, then you stay with nephew, niece. So that's how this works when you're meeting people for the first time. You don't call them by names. You call them by kinship terms. Because in our perspective, when somebody addresses you as a relative, it makes you feel good. Oh, he called me a cousin. Ah, I'm a relative. Neat. It's already pulling that person in. What's happening is that the language is hugging that person. When you say "taha tahashi," "ha eshi," or "how hangashi," or "ha jephashi," that word is going out and hugging that person that you're talking to. And that when that person greets you back, now that person's words are hugging you. This is what's happening in our language. So we always call everything a relative, even animals. My brother the bear. Things like that. I'm not joking. Really. We call other nations relatives too. The tree nation, the plant nation, the elk nation, the bear nation, the buffalo nation. We all see each other as relatives, so we address each other using kinship terms. We don't say hi, John, or hi, Monia. We use kinship terms. How hongashi, how tahashi. Lila tayawa chionke. Then they answer back, how mija lila tayawa chionke. It's really good to see you, is what they're saying. So let's learn that one expression. It's a very beautiful way to greet somebody. Lila tayawa chionke. Yeah? Let's learn that one. All right? So, this expression has 1, 2, 3 words. So let's learn these words first, all right? Lila. Say that after me, please. Lila. One more time. Lila. Lila means really or very much or a lot of or something like really. Okay, the second word, Daya. This one, just try to repeat the sounds that I'm saying. Don't worry about how to spell this, okay? Just try to repeat the sounds that I am making. All right? So the second word, Daya. Just try and say that. It's not quite a D sound. It's almost like making a D, but not quite. It's between a T and a D. Yeah? Da. Yeah? Daya. Not Taya. That would be a T. If you use a D, it would be Daya. But it's not that either. It's right in the middle. Daya. Accent on the second part. Daya. 2 nasals in there. Can you hear that? I'll say it really slow. Daya. They're both A nasals. So try to say it after me. I'll try and say it really slow. Daya. One more time. Daya. This means good. But there's another word, washte. That means good too. Washte just means good in a general sense. Yeah? Good. It's good. Yeah? But when it's a kind of, oh, that feels so good. Hey. I hope that didn't sound erotic. Hey. Because it's not about that. I mean, it could be, but it could be eating chocolate. Oh, this chocolate feels so good. You know what I mean? That's Dayan. When something is like, oh, or comfortable, yeah, laying on your comfortable couch or your bed, and it just feels comfortable and nice, yeah. That's Dayan. When it's comforting and it feels good, like chocolate. That's Dayan. Yeah? So now there's two words, Lila Dayan. Let's say those two together. Lila Dayan. One more time. Lila Dayan. Okay, now the third word. Little bit long. A little bit long. Cool English here. It's a little bit longer word, okay? So let's say it in parts, all right? I'll cut it in half, okay? So say the first part, Wachin. One more time, say it after me. Wachin. Now the next part of the word, Yongge. Again, Yongge. All right? Now let's put that together. I'll say it slow. And repeat after me. I'll say it twice, okay? Wachiyonke. Accent on the second syllable. One more time. Wachiyonke. Okay? That means I see you. So, when you put it all together, I'll say it really slow, okay? Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. I'll say it one more time. Just listen first, okay? Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. I'll say it one more time. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. Just try to say the sounds that I'm saying. Don't worry about how this is written. Let's go by our ears only, okay? So now, try to say it after me. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. One more time. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. Pretty good. Pat yourself on the back if you're able to. Okay, so what this means is I'm really happy to see you. Yeah? This is how you can greet somebody. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. Now for men, just put a lo at the end. Yeah? Lo. Just add that to the end for men. So a woman would say, Lila Dayan Wachiyonke. A man just adds a lo to that. And he will say, Lila Dayan Wachiyonke lo. It's the only difference. So all you men, or those of you who think you are men, hey, repeat after me. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke lo. One more time. Men only, if there are any. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke lo. Yeah, now you guys learned how to greet each other. So don't worry about the kinship terms yet. But now you've learned your first expression. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke for women. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke lo. And also repeat it. Try to repeat it exactly the way I said it, because you're learning the music of the language too. Yeah? Lila Dayan Wachiyonke for women. Lila Dayan Wachiyonke lo for men. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do you see what I mean? That's the musical part of the language. This is why I said really focus on how I'm saying it, including the musicality. Then you really will be speaking this, yeah? So you learned your first expression. Yay! And then at the end, Doksha Ake. We don't have a word for goodbye, so we say until next time because life is a circle. We will run into each other again. So there can be no goodbye. Yeah? It doesn't make sense in our world, in our perception. So we say until next time. Doksha ake. Let's go ahead and learn that one. So just repeat after me. Doksha. Doksha. Now the second word. Ake. Ake. Now the word doksha means maybe, but it has bad feelings or it has unhealthy energies to it. So it's really rude to just say doksha. And you see this on the internet all the time. Doksha, doksha. You know, that's really rude to talk like that. This is not proper. Do not shortcut the Lakota language, especially when you don't understand it. Do you see what I mean? I'm about learning to speak it properly. And the proper way to say this is doksha ake. So try it after me. Doksha ake. One more time. Doksha ake. Isn't that neat? Now you know two expressions. You know how to say, yeah, it's nice to see you. And until next time. So now you can say, when you see somebody, you can say, Lila tayan wa chionke. Really happy to see you. It's really good to see you. And then at the end of your discussion, doksha ake. Until next time. Yeah? How about that? You learned two expressions today. So anyway, yeah, so there you go. Now little Lakota language lesson here. Yeah, don't worry about writing it down. Okay? Let's do this vocal for a while. And practice it. Say this to somebody and tell them what it means and teach it to them so you can say it to each other. So now you have a challenge here. Yeah? So now you have to go out and get somebody involved. This is crucial, people. If you're going to learn to speak Lakota, you have to find somebody to speak it to. And in a lot of people's cases, that might mean that person doesn't know a damn thing. So, your homework is to teach that person, yeah? First find somebody, and then teach that person what I just taught you. So when you do that, you're going to learn it even better. I guarantee you. Because now you have to repeat what I said. And when you do that, your body is going to pick up this information too, and it's going to help you to remember it more. And then that person that you chose to teach is also going to be able to dialogue with you. Now you have somebody to talk to. Ooh, how about that?